Hi folks, we're going to try roasting coffee beans. We got this burner here. We're doing it in our garage because it's raining outside. So we would prefer to do it outside because of the smoke. This is our first time ever doing this, so this is either going to be an epic fail or it actually might work out okay. So we got this gas grill, butane. Found this $7 at Goodwill. Usually it's $35 on Amazon. It's a nut roaster called Back to Basics. Got our coffee here from Sweet Maria's. Sweet Maria's is Northern California. They're located in Oakland. And I got their sampler pack. Look at this, we got some Brazil Peaberry. I'm not going to use this because this is our first time. I'd rather try not to burn the Peaberry. Let's see here, we got some Nicaragua. That looks pretty good. And that's actually a possibility because it allows you to go city roast plus to full city. And then the Sumatra, grade 1. And then finally got some Ethiopia. So I think I may just try the Ethiopia first. It's a larger bean. Not going to make too many of these, as you'll see. So hopefully in the next 10 to 12 minutes we'll have some roast coffee. Not using a thermometer because you simply not using a lot of beans. Okay, going to fill about half of that up. And let's see how this goes. The beans will expand, so anyways, all we're trying to do at this point is get to about 400 degrees. First crack, and here we go. As you can see, it's pretty basic. All we're going to do is just spin this round and round and round. Maybe even it out between the two sides. Not the most exciting process. We'll give it a try. We'll probably edit this down a little bit. You can already see some of these beans are kind of roasting a little bit. You can see the color's getting darker. A little bit darker already. So keep this agitating fairly decent pace. So the first crack, watching a bunch of YouTube videos, it's going to sound a little bit like broken twigs or broken toothpicks. What that means is it's the water escaping from the coffee bean. It happens, sounds like about 400 degrees, 410 degrees Fahrenheit. Oh, you can already start hearing some of the cracks. And once that happens, the beans will actually lose heat. Exothermic, or the heat escapes the beans. Maybe I want to turn this down a little bit. It smells a little bit like popcorn right now. It smells pretty good. And you're going to start seeing the smoke now. It is getting smoky here. That's why we're doing it in the garage. Don't want to stink up the whole house. This first crack is actually happening fairly quickly. happening pretty quickly. One, because the heat's pretty high, and also because we don't have that many beans in here. It's probably about a half a cup. Maybe. And you can see the beans are actually getting bigger. Nice and smoky, smells like popcorn. And you can already see the chaff. That's the little shell that, as the bean expands, the chaff starts to actually fall off. It's flying kind of all over the place now. Smoke is pretty steady. I think the kitchen would stink a little bit too much. Okay, the first crack is now starting to settle down, and now it's the second crack. Sounds like Rice Krispies, so we're actually almost done here. Okay, so I'm going to turn this off. Alright, beans are pretty much done. We're going to pour them into this strainer. Going to now cool it. I'm just using the wacky two-strainer method. You can actually see there's a lot of chaff here. I can actually kind of maybe get the chaff off. Smells pretty good. Smells like coffee, the way coffee should. Now this might be a little bit, I don't know if it's too dark, but what worked well was that, what was great about this nut roaster is that it heats up pretty fast. Worked pretty well. Worked pretty well. This little gas burner worked perfectly. The one thing about this gas burner, because it's butane and I mean, as you can see, it's a pretty cheap model. It can actually lose its flame, so you want to be careful of that because that could kind of delay your cooking process. Lots of chaff. You can see it in the strainer, so we'll want to. That's why a lot of people use a fan, of course. Gets the chaff out. Okay, so now this thing is cooling down. Let's see here. It's actually not quite room temperature, so it looks pretty good. Fairly even roast for a very first try. Like I said, it might be a little bit too dark, but we'll see.